We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Nicole Byer, helping you make those rooms flyer. Today's style tip: when it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild! Like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Ooh, fierce! This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, so we're diving deep today into something pretty wild.
Sounds fun.
It's bringing back the dire wolf.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we know you've been thinking about this too.
Jeez.
Yeah, we've seen your searches. And there's like a whole mix.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything from like the hardcore science,
Right.
you know, like dire wolf de-extinction.
Yeah.
But then also like the pop culture stuff.
Makes sense.
Like all the Game of Thrones fans out there.
Yeah.
And then even going way back with searches for like Romulus and Remus dire wolves.
Huh. That's interesting.
So our mission today
Okay.
is to unpack like, why is this such a big idea?
Mm-hmm.
What's the actual science behind it?
Yeah.
And just some of the fascinating angles that come up
Right.
when we even think about bringing back this extinct animal.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is. But we're not going to make it a lecture.
Good.
So let's just get into it.
I'm excited.
All right. So starting off, what's really cool to me
Yeah.
is just how diverse the questions are.
It's
Like, it's not just scientists in a lab who are interested in this. It really feels like it's connecting with people.
yeah, culturally for sure.
Yeah, totally. So for anyone who needs a quick refresher,
Yeah.
like what exactly are we talking about when we say dire wolf?
Right. So basically we're talking extinct canida, right?
Okay.
Part of the wolf family,
Okay.
but generally bigger,
Okay.
more powerful
Gotcha.
than the gray wolves and red wolves we're used to seeing today.
Okay, so when people are searching,
Yeah.
like dire wolf brought back,
Mm-hmm.
that's the creature we're talking about.
Exactly.
And a name that keeps coming up
Yeah.
is Colossal Biosciences.
Right.
And we saw that you searched for them
Uh-huh.
alongside things like woolly mammoth
Yeah.
and Tasmanian tiger.
Interesting.
So it seems like they're at the forefront
Yeah.
of this whole dire wolf de-extinction concept.
I think that's fair to say, yeah.
So what can you tell us about them?
Well, they're really making waves, I think it's safe to say, in de-extinction science.
Okay.
Like they're really pushing the boundaries.
Wow.
And basically what they're doing is looking at, the DNA
Yeah.
of the extinct dire wolf,
Mm-hmm.
comparing it to its closest living relatives.
Okay.
And the hope is that with, all the advances in genetic engineering,
Right.
we might be able to kind of nudge things along
Wow.
to develop animals with like those key dire wolf traits.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And the fact that they're also working on, like you said, the woolly mammoth,
Yeah.
Tasmanian tiger,
Right.
it shows, a real ambition
Yeah.
for this whole area of science.
And this is where it gets really interesting for me because
Okay.
it seems like a lot of the buzz is coming from the cultural side.
Okay.
So we saw a ton of searches
Yeah.
for Game of Thrones and Game of Thrones news.
Right.
And of course, those fictional dire wolves are like such a huge part of the story.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
these loyal, powerful companions.
And then you also looked up Romulus and Remus dire wolves.
Uh-huh.
And Romulus and Remus, like, just by themselves,
Right.
which takes us back to Roman mythology.
Wow, yeah.
So it's like this image of the dire wolf.
Yeah.
It's been around for a long time.
That's true.
In our stories.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going on there?
I think it might be tapping into something very primal
Okay.
for us humans, right? This fascination with these big Kamayites.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's a sense of respect.
Okay.
Maybe even a longing for, like, a wilder past.
Interesting.
Like when you see those dire wolves in Game of Thrones.
Right.
They're so majestic.
Yeah.
Loyal.
Mhm.
And maybe that fuels this desire
Yeah.
to see something like that in real life.
I could see that.
Yeah.
And this is the part that kind of surprised me.
Right.
Given all this talk about bringing them back.
Yeah.
We saw searches for dire wolf puppies
Mm-hmm.
and dire wolf pups.
Mm-hmm.
So what are people finding?
Yeah, good question. when they're searching for that?
Well, it's important to be clear here, right?
Okay.
Like, de-extinction, it's still in the future.
Right.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
But it's not here yet.
Okay.
So those dire wolf puppies you see online,
Yeah.
they're not the extinct animal.
Okay.
They're actually just domestic dog breeds
Gotcha.
that have been bred to kind of look like those Game of Thrones dire wolves.
Right.
So it's more about looks,
Right.
not a real comeback of the species.
Okay. So more of a look-alike
Exactly.
than the real deal.
Yeah.
And I guess that circles back to direwolf extinction.
Right.
Like the fact that they did disappear
It's true.
is what makes this whole idea of bringing them back even a possibility in the first place.
Right.
We also saw the name Ben Lamb pop up in your searches.
Oh, yeah.
Who is he in all of this?
He's a big name, right?
Okay.
He's the co-founder and CEO of Colossal Biosciences.
Okay.
So he's like right in the thick of it when it comes to de-extinction,
Mm-hmm.
including, potentially the dire wolf.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff.
So just to kind of sum it all up,
Yeah.
it seems like this whole idea of bringing back the dire wolf, it's driven by like some really cutting edge science.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's happening right now.
Definitely.
But it's also like deeply connected
Right.
to these powerful images we have in our culture, from fantasy epics to ancient myths.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
And even though those dire wolf puppies might be cute,
Yeah.
they're not the real thing.
No, not quite.
The actual extinct dire wolf and that extinction is what makes this conversation even possible.
That's true.
Now, you also searched for things like the dodo bird
Oh, right?
and woolly mammoth.
Interesting.
So it seems like there's this bigger interest in like reversing these historical losses.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
what do you think?
Well, I think it really highlights a fascination with these vanished species, right?
Yeah.
And this tantalizing idea of bringing them back.
It's a big idea.
It is. It really is.
So I guess as we wrap up here, thinking about all this progress, all the cultural interest, it really makes you wonder,
What's that?
what are the biggest questions, both practically and ethically, that we need to be asking
point.
as we explore the possibility of bringing back animals like the dire wolf?
Really makes you think.
It does. It really does.
A lot to consider.
Yeah. Some food for thought.
Definitely.
All right. Well, that's our deep dive for today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. This was a fascinating one.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Me too.
Great.
Okay. We'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.